Hello and welcome to another episode of Mind Map. Today's topic of discussion is Election Commission of India. First of all, we will discuss about the introduction of the topic. Then we will discuss about the constitutional provisions, independence of the Election Commission, powers and functions of the Commission, challenges associated with Election Commission of India, way forward and practice question. First of all, moving on to the introduction of the topic. The Election Commission is a permanent and an independent body established by the Constitution of India. It is an autonomous constitutional body responsible for administering union and state election processes in India. The body administers elections to the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, state legislative assemblies, state legislative councils, and the offices of the President and Vice President of the country. Now let's have a look at the constitutional provisions. First is composition and appointment. Article 324 provides for a Chief Election Commissioner to be appointed by the President. The Election Commission consists of the Chief Election Commissioner and a such member of other election commissioners as the President may from time to time fix. When any other election commissioner is so appointed, the Chief Election Commissioner acts as the chairman of the Election Commission. The President may also appoint, after consultation with the Election Commission, regional commissioners as he may consider necessary to assist the Election Commission. Second is conditions of services and tenure of office. The President appoints Chief Election Commissioner, election commissioners, and regional commissioners. They have a tenure of 6 years or up to the age of 65 years, whichever is earlier. They enjoy the same status and receive salary and perks as available to judges of the Supreme Court of India. Also, his conditions of service shall not be varied to his disadvantage after his appointment. The Chief Election Commissioner can be removed from office only through impeachment by Parliament. Third is removal procedure. The Chief Election Commissioner or CEC can be removed from office only through impeachment by Parliament. The CEC can be removed from office only through a process of removal similar to that of a Supreme Court judge by Parliament. The President of India can remove the other officers on the Chief Commissioner's recommendation. Also, they can resign any time or can also be removed before the expiry of their term. Now let's discuss about the independence of the Election Commission. First is security of tenure. The Chief Election Commissioner is provided with the security of tenure. He cannot be removed from his office except in same manner and on the same grounds as the judge of the Supreme Court. Second is conditions of service. The conditions of service of the Chief Election Commissioner cannot be varied to his disadvantage after his appointment. Third is removal of other election commissioners. Any other election commissioner or a regional commissioner cannot be removed from office except on the recommendation of the Chief Election Commissioner. Now let's discuss about powers and functions. The powers and functions of the Election Commission can be classified into the following categories: administrative, quasi-judicial, and advisory. First is administrative. To determine the territorial areas of the electoral constituencies throughout the country on the basis of the Delimitation Commission Act of Parliament. To prepare and periodically revise electoral rolls and to register all eligible voters. To notify the dates and schedules of elections and to scrutinize nomination papers. To grant recognition to political parties and allot election symbols to them. To appoint officers for inquiring into disputes relating to electoral arrangements, and to determine the code of conduct to be observed by the parties and the candidates at the time of elections. Second is quasi-judicial. The Commission has the power to disqualify a candidate who has failed to lodge an account of his election expenses within the time. The Commission also has the power to remove or reduce the period of such disqualification as also other disqualifications under the law. To act as a court for settling disputes relating to granting of recognition to political parties and allotment of election symbols to them. And third is advisory, to advise the President on matters relating to the disqualifications of the members of Parliament, to advise the Governor on matters relating to the disqualifications of the members of state legislature, and to advise the President whether elections can be held in a state under President's rule in order to extend the period of emergency after 1 year. Now moving on to challenges associated with Election Commission of India. Various issues are associated with functioning and independence of the Election Commission, which raise questions about the efficiency and working of the Commission. Following are some of the main issues. First is appointment issues. There are no prescribed qualifications in Constitution and members are appointed without any defined criteria or processes. Also at present, the appointment is done unilaterally by the government of the day, which is liable to politicization and raises the potential for partisan appointments, thus diluting its credibility. Second is post-retirement issues. The Constitution does not prohibit the retiring election commissioners from any further employment under the union or the state government. Lack of such a provision may lead to biased functioning of the Commission on grounds of fear or favors from the executive. Third is financial autonomy. The budget of the Commission is not a charged expenditure of the Consolidated Fund of India. Therefore, it remains at the will of the executive, which tends to reduce the independence and autonomy of the Commission. Fourth is inadequate capacity. The ECI has been found dependent on various government departments in terms of office finances, legal expertise, security personnel, and other staff. Next is no statutory backing of Model Code of Conduct. Questions are being raised on the efficacy of the present MCC, including suggestions to make it a legal document in order to make it more effective. However, experts are of the view that MCC has been a comprehensive set of guidelines and had been effective in past. And issues related to various electoral reforms. Electoral reforms like electoral bonds raises questions regarding the transparency of political party funding. Now lastly, let's discuss about the way forwards. Model Code of Conduct should have a legal backing. More financial autonomy must be given to the Commission. ECI should be given more power with regards to disqualification of members post-election and in case of anti-defection too. Reducing the ECI's dependence on DOPT, Law Ministry and Home Ministry. Increasing staff capacity for better execution of their functions and duties. And electoral reforms which will help in increasing the effectivity of the Commission and promote free and fair election practices should be introduced. Now it's time for the practice questions. First of all, prelims question that was asked in 2017 also. Consider the following statements. 1. The Election Commission of India is a 5-member body. 2. The Union Ministry of Home Affairs decides the election schedule for the conduct of both general elections and by-elections. 3. Election Commission resolves the disputes relating to splits or mergers of recognized political parties. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 and 2 only, 2 only, 2 and 3 only, or 3 only. And now mains question. Discuss the role of the Election Commission of India in the light of evolution of the Model Code of Conduct. So that's all for today. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.